What's up, true believers? Walter Benasiak here, and welcome to Top 5. It's time we cover a true legend in the comic book industry, a man who created many of our favorite characters who are now enjoying major success up on the big screen. That's right, today we cover the king of cameos himself, Stan Lee.
Hey,
we heard you were doing a top 5 on Stan Lee cameos.
Yeah, we wanted to help you out.
you know, get the gang back together.
Oh, you guys want to help out?
Yeah.
Like you did in the top 5 best Power Rangers episodes when I need your help against Rob?
There was
Yeah,
a thing
that
that
was like
I
a
had to
shade
do was
like
watch
and,
stuff. And,
Or when Heather hijacked my show and did a top 5 worst performances for me?
Which you can check out here.
Get that out of here.
come on, man, you gotta let us help out. You could do your Stan Lee impression.
We heard it was really good.
I'm not doing my Stan Lee impression.
Oh, do
you
it!
got to.
You
It's
should do
amazing.
it.
The
Do
Every
it.
time you do it and I drink
it.
something, it comes on my nose.
No.
I love
Fine,
you
it'll be
forever.
amazing.
I'll just
Okay,
laugh
It's
every
gonna be
single time.
awesome. The fans are just
Hey! I am not doing my Stan Lee impression, all right? It's not gonna happen. Welcome, true believers and newcomers alike. Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee here. Today, we take a look at yours truly, the king of cameos. Specifically, my very best ones. So hold on to your hats, Spidey fans. Excelsior!
That wasn't very good.
Nope.
This is the result of a Twitter poll that went up on @awesome_Walter asking you guys what the next subject on Top 5 should be. For more polls, make sure you follow tweeters.
Now, we all know who Stan Lee is.
But just in case you don't,
Stan the Man Lee is the co-creator of many, many heroes and villains, mostly in Marvel Comics, who have gone on to become pop culture icons.
characters like Spider-Man, the Hulk, Daredevil, the X-Men, Doctor Strange, the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, and so many more all draw their roots back to Stan.
For decades now, he has been a staple in Marvel movies and TV shows. Seeing him pop up on screen always delights his fans, but what are his best appearances? Here are the top 5 best Stan Lee cameos.
Excelsior! Number 5. Man in Times Square in Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 might not be the best Spider-Man movie or one of Stan's funnier cameos, but it does feature a moment with Stan sincerely interacting with one of his greatest creations, the Amazing Spider-Man. At this point in the movie, Peter is riding high. Everyone seems to finally accept him as Spider-Man, and for the first time in his life, he feels appreciated. That appreciation comes full circle as Peter meets his maker for a few quick words.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
Stan is known for his funnier cameos nowadays, but I felt I had to put this one on here for being what it was. Just a very heartfelt moment in a film overstuffed with everything under the sun. This was already 10 years ago, and the mantle of Spider-Man has changed twice since then. No matter who is donning the red and blue tights, it's good to see one of the men behind his creation share a tender moment with him through the magic of movies.
It's a good one.
I felt it. I felt it.
Excelsior!
Number 4. School librarian in The Amazing Spider-Man. The first Amazing Spider-Man movie definitely split audiences on the handling of the character and direction of the franchise. But there's one thing everyone can agree on. Stan's cameo was hilarious. Spider-Man and the Lizard are fighting in Peter's high school. The battle spills into the library, where we see a familiar face blissfully unaware of all the danger behind him as he continues to enjoy his classical tunes. This is a fan favorite of a lot of people. Stan doesn't even have to say a word. He's just being Stan Lee, and that's enough for us. Whether you're a fan of the Amazing Spider-Man movies or not, at least you can have this to look forward to when rewatching the first movie. Stan's cameo in Amazing Spider-Man 2 was pretty funny as well, but this is the obvious winner of the two.
Would you say that Cameo is amazing?
Excelsior!
Number 3. World War II veteran in Avengers Age of Ultron. This wasn't too far of a stretch for Stan, as he actually was a veteran of World War II. He was in the U.S. Army Signal Corps from 1942 to 1945. The Avengers are having a party, and anybody who's anybody is there. Iron Man, War Machine, Black Widow, Captain America, Thor, and Stan Lee, of course. Cap is hosting some of his World War II buddies, and the God of Thunder is showing off a very special drink said not to be for mortal men. Well, we all know Stan Lee is no mortal man.
Is not meant for mortal men.
Neither was Omaha Beach, Blondie. Stop trying to scare us. Come on.
All right.
Excelsior.
This is definitely one of the funnier cameos Stan has ever had. It was very clever to use him as a war veteran and put him amongst the Avengers themselves. Stan showed up very briefly towards the end of the first Avengers movie and had a more active cameo earlier in the film that was cut. Here, have a look.
Ask for her number, you moron.
To you, Mr. Lee.
Excelsior.
Number 2. Rejected wedding guest in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Why is this one of the best cameos Stan has done? Because he plays himself, although he is rejected from the wedding of 2 of his characters. Thanks, Fox. Susan Storm and Reed Richards are getting married. As guests pour in, the bouncer stops a man claiming to be on the list. When he's not, they kick him out. Forgive them, Stan, for they know not what they do.
Invitation, sir.
I should be on that list.
Name?
Stan Lee.
Yeah, nice try, buddy.
No,
Nice
no,
try.
really, I'm
Nice try.
Stan
Yeah.
Lee.
While the Fantastic Four movies aren't very good, any of them really, this was probably the most tolerable. Kicking Stan out of the wedding was a humorous idea, and having him play himself was fun. Stan did have a cameo in the first Fantastic Four movie from 2005. They even gave his character a name. It was okay, as far as Stan Lee cameos go.
Welcome back to the Baxter, Dr. Richards. I've got the usual for you. Good to have you back, sir.
Thanks, Willie.
Is it me, or does the Human Torch look like Captain America?
Excelsior!
Stan Lee has cameoed in over 30 projects. Most of them are awesome, but before getting to number 1, here's a few honorable mentions.
And the number 1 best Stan Lee cameo is in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Spoilers ahead for Marvel Studios' latest film. Spoilers! This sort of connects all of Stan Lee's cameos. He's sitting there in space talking to what seem to be the Watchers. The Watchers are a group of aliens who are one of the oldest species in the universe. They record and compile knowledge on all aspects throughout the cosmos. Stan is telling them stories of his time on Earth and seems to be boring them. Since it's still in theaters, we can't show you a clip, but trust me, if you haven't seen Guardians 2, you're missing out on more than just the best Stan Lee cameo. I remember hearing a theory a while back about how Stan was actually a Watcher himself. I'm not sure if Marvel heard that theory and decided to parody it, or if they are really leaning towards that to add another dimension to Stan's cameos. We know Mr. Lee has already recorded several cameos for upcoming Marvel Studios movies, so will this Watcher thing play a role in his appearances going forward? We'll have to see. Like many others, I love seeing Stan up on the big screen, and getting to be a part of these films in any capacity has got to be a thrill for him. He's been able to stick around to see the superhero movie boom, and the fruits of his labor stretch well beyond what he originally envisioned. Stan is now, and will forever be, the man.
We want to know what you guys think.
What is your favorite Stan Lee cameo?
Leave us a comment down below and let us know. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
You can find me on Twitter at porkchop0289.
And you can find me on Twitter at Heather Roos and Instagram at HRoos.
For more content, subscribe to youtube.com/awesomewalter. Like my Facebook page, facebook.com/awesomewalterb. And follow me on Twitter to take part in more polls about what may be covered in the future.
Did Jim just cameo us?
Enough said.